Schiermonnikoog. Grey makes they walked around in grey dresses.
Schiermonnikoogse taal.
Schiermonnikoogse taal.
The Islander language. My sister made a dictionary with 30,000 words.
30,000.
Is it similar to Frisian or Dutch?
It is similar to Frisian, but it sounds different.
Okay.
Like Scandinavian or something.
Yeah. Many people speak this language still now?
No, I think only 60 or so.
Do the children learn about the language still?
No, not anymore. Not more.
So it's actually dying?
So it's fading away, yes.
My name is Hilbrand Abma. I lived here for more than 65 years. I was born here when my parents came here. A sailor. I've worked on seagoing tugs, and I've done heavy lift transport. I sailed nearly about 40 years, so I'm retired now. Yeah. The lifeboat has been always something from the community here, and it used to be a lot of sailors here. It was, if you see to the figures, but in the time of the rowing boats, I think they saved about 250, and with that boat here, I think close to 100. But you know, things are changing, because they say we have saved somebody who was in a small sailing boat here, and sometimes it's nice weather, they put them off, or the engine was not going. So yeah, they assisted them, but if you save the life, yeah, I don't know. But you know, that is the change of the time. Mm-hmm. But in the old days here, if a sailing boat grounded here on the banks, or no communication, it has to be seen by sight. With light signals, and by day with maybe flag, and the light towers are only from 1854, 55, something like that. That they have a regular place where they had lookouts. Before that, not. And then it has to be seen. So. And then you had to bring the lifeboat with horses to the beach, and then it was necessary to bring the boat as close as possible to the place where the ship in distress was. So that meant that they went very long trips along the beach before they launched the boat, because they had to row. So then they really saved lives. I mean, if nobody was there, it was 100% sure they were finished.
We had a song about the sailor's woman, and there were many widows here, many. That's in our language, yeah?
Mooi trooiliedje ben in het klasje op het eiland. Het eilanderhuis, net 4 van de week. Haar man weer naar thuis, want die zwalken al monden op zee. Want de zeeman, die hier dag op zee.
And then she goes to the harbor, and in the meantime he was shipwrecked in England. So all the people from that boat were drowned. En dan heb ik al het refrein van een zeeman hoort op zee. A sailor belongs to the sea.
And in a small community like this, the lifeboat was very important when it went out. Everybody knew. And with this old thing you saw on the market, you hear it. So when I was a small boy and you hear the lifeboat going out, you all went to the beach with it to see it. But nowadays they have a beeper and you don't know nothing anymore. Or you must recognize the sound of the boat. When the wind is south, sometimes I hear them going, or say it's the lifeboat, because I know the sound of the engines. But nobody knows anymore. So these connections are fading away. Other things.
I've got a song about. Have you ever been at the Vredenhof, the graveyard in the dunes, where the sailors are buried? Heroes gone long time ago. Over the graveyard blows the wind. Over enemy and friend, killed in a useless war. Drifted ashore. No, that's done the refrain. There's a place here on the island, it's the graveyard for the brave, where so many unknown heroes were laid down there in the grave, where the memories seem to stray since the time they passed away. You must hear it because it's a song.
That's so beautiful lyrics.
Where did they go? Over the graveyard blows the wind. Over enemy and friend, killed in a useless war. Drifted ashore.
A lot of them after Dunkirk, I think. The pilots, from the the pilots from the aeroplanes. They were killed during a battle above the island, but there were a lot washed ashore unknown, which is written on their little stones. Yes.
I wondered if there's any times that you've had to be rescued.
No.
No.
No, I had a few accidents, but in very bad weather. Windows smashed in from the bridge, and but I was able to solve that with the crew, and I have done salvage in what they call the Gulf War, Iraq, Iran. I've been shot by rockets, was on fire, but yeah, we could get it out. Yeah, but...
You say that so casually. You say that so casually.
I'm still here.
That's me, and that was my sound man. By filming, I've seen the whole world on the coast of Avro. When I was 60, it was allowed for me to stop filming for Avro. So they said, you can stop with it if you like it. And I said, no, I don't like it because I like to do, and that's why I go for 2 or 3 years longer. But in the meantime, I already lived here. I found this house, and I thought, for now, this is a nice place to stay for the rest of my life.
As a child, you had no better life.
We were a huge family, of course. One family on the island. We knew each other, but it has its other sides also, that you know everything of people. and then there is the gossip, of course.
The gossip, yeah. But this is everywhere.
Well, I think everywhere where people are, there are gossips, not only on the small villages.
It's ubiquitous.
And I have a fully job now in historical research and writing about the history of Schiermonnikoog. And I'm a guide for tourists on bike and a walk over the Streken. The Streken, you have here the streets in the village.
You have here a very old habit, and it is called Kalmooifeest. We put in a living cock. They steal it, and he has to sit there for 3 days. And then we have, and in between the top and the things, you have the flag with the words Kallamore. And that will be put up. I think that is a thing of about 15-20 meters high. And usually we put that up on Saturday night at 12 o'clock. And it comes down on the Tuesday around 7, 8 o'clock. And then we bring that cock back to his owner. But that is very old, and there are some places. I think that it has to do with fertility. The new season is coming. On the Tuesday, children have old-fashioned games. They do, and and then when that is finished, they go with horse and cart and now through the village. But in the older days, you went through the polder as well, and they make a round trip around the land. So it is the new season for growing and things. That is more or less the symbols. I think that is, as long as we can remember, they have done that. That is not so old. That Schiermonnikoog is only, I think, about 25 years we do that.
Schiermonnikoog. It's about an old lady who, well, I gave you the text, didn't I? An old lady who was selling sweets in the middle of the village, and she was called Schiermonnikoog because the sweets were sweet, of course. and so I'll sing it for you.
Chase closes, they put the mask on. Then the 3 and 4, that is for children, they do the same. They come along the houses and they got sweets and they do their act. And the older ones do that as well, and that is now things what happens from the past. In the local politics or stupid things of they come and do the action around, and every house who wants to let them in, they have the door open and have the lights on, and then they come and do the act.
And that's very that's very amusing, is that. And after that nobody knows who is who. So after that is in the dorpshuis, there is done the démasqué. And then you can see, oh, that is he and that's he. It's very funny.
Something from the history of the island, and something from the music of the island, and we try to make something new.
He saved a guy on his big factory trawler who was going to commit suicide, jump.
Oh, jump over the side?
Yeah, and he grabbed him, put him in the boat.
Oh, he was very lucky because...
And then for years and years he called my father to tell him he was a bastard. when he was drunk. But then when he was sober, he called them to say thank you. So maybe you have some experience with special people.
It still happens. More than you think.
People call you.
No, but if you, I've seen that on board myself, and most of the time, a lot of drinking is the cause, and they got sentimental or whatever, they have troubles at home, or I jump over the side. And there are two types, the quiet one, I think there is something wrong in their head, and the ones who got sentimental when they got drunk. That is the main thing. Maybe it is a mix as well, but I've seen them both.
My grandfather was shipwrecked in 1917.
She was packing her bags and went to the harbor with a couple of children. The eldest was 3, 4 daddy home, and they went to surprise him when he was arriving. How proud they would be. They waited for days and weeks in the harbor, but where the ship stayed, she had no idea. He never came back to his wife and his children. Was a sailor, the sailor belongs to the sea. Isn't it sad? There was no fund to support those people. So they had the people who were more fortunate on the island, they had to support them and to give them bits and pieces.
If you come to see a concert and it's all about this island,
yes,
what would be the most special thing to you?
Why would you imagine that?
Yeah.
I think the life here with the sea, near the sea and with the sea, I think.
So a theme about the
sailors,
sea and the sailors.
Yes.
Yes.
The fishing. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there lived a couple of people. Her name was Geertje, and his name was Tjipke. Tjipke was a sailor. He was sailing ships. He visited the harbors of Estonia, Finland, Russia, St. Petersburg. And he did it a long time. But as you know, hundreds of islanders were drowned, came back. Their ship were shipwrecked, and they were drowned and never returned. So one day in the autumn, in the winter, there was a heavy gale. Tjipke's ship was shipwrecked, and he was drowned. It didn't come back. Every autumn, she didn't believe the story that her husband didn't come back. And every autumn, she thought, he come back now. And in the evening, she prepared a meal and put a light on and put it in front of the window to welcome him. 30 years she did that. Every year she didn't believe the truth that her husband didn't come back. And when people visit her, she was not so interested in their stories. Have you more news? New news? Came Tjipke back? No. One autumn, a very dark night, she put a oil lamp in front of the window, and she sit down in a chair. She was very old. and she take a little nap. That night, a lighthouse keeper tell the story in the village. I've seen this night a big sailing ship above the island with full sails and a man on the steering wheel, and beside him a woman. And every stormy night you can see the same ship going to the west, the bright west, and people went to her cottage. They didn't find her. She disappeared. That was one story.
But the Shantycore as well, because...
We have a workshop tonight with a whole, not just the Shanty choir, but a lot of other choirs.
Let us know that you're coming. There will be, we can do both of these pieces maybe. What time? 8:30.
And when?
8:30 on Friday in here.
But I learned that on Thursday you go to the elderly people too. Yes. And I think they would be very delighted if you would sing the two Islander songs with them, because they know the words exactly, and they like to sing with you together.
That's a great idea, thank you.
da da da